life. And by rich, it doesn't mean necessarily just financial. We mean rich in health, rich in abundance, rich in happiness, rich in our relationships. That's what really rich means. Actually, kind of have that great feeling about it. You have that gratitude. But you're really pleased for where you are, or even if you're not that pleased, you can be thankful for the aspects in your life so you actually go where you want to go. Because if we focus on the things that we don't do, it means we actually begin to attract more of that. But when we focus on the good things that we have already in our life, and we all have good things in our life, don't we? Yeah? We have, a lot of people have their health. Some people have their friends. Some people have clothes to wear, shoes to wear. They have their eyes. They have their limbs. They have money. They have a roof over their head. And if you think about that, that is such an amazing thing to have compared to other people. And we'll actually get into that a little bit more. So living a rich life is about doing what you want. I don't see my job as work. There's some parts of my job that I see as work, but majority of the time, say 80–90% of the time, I love doing what I do. I love running courses. I love seeing clients. I love writing a book or an audio program or doing my hypnosis CDs. We love doing our trainings like the NLP practitioner or the master practitioner. We love going into businesses and actually getting in there and actually sorting them out so they actually really feel as a good group, whether it be leadership, whether it be stress, whether it be conflict resolution. We just love doing that. Now, when I was in insurance, I didn't have that love. I didn't have that passion. But I chose to make that decision on the way back from Scarborough on that hypnosis course. That I wanted to do this for the rest of my life because I thought it gave me that thing that nothing else had. I had that inner fulfillment, that job satisfaction. I've spoken to a few people today that they've actually started to make that change, not necessarily because of this course, but prior events, but they've actually made a decision that now is a time in their lives to actually do what they really want. Because the great thing about it, that is, the people who can do that have such a wealth of knowledge having done what they've done, but actually can spread this wisdom and learning into everyone else in their life by doing the thing that they love. So it's about doing what you want. Then, being rewarded magnificently. Now that could be financially, but it could just be through happiness. It could be rewarded magnificently by the people who you work with. It could be by having the most wonderful relationship. It could be by having the most amazing health, doing what you want to do in life. And when it, like I said, if it comes to money, I mean, I've got nothing against people, but when people say they don't really value money in some ways, but they want to change the world, although it's nice in theory, and I think one day we may get to that level where we can do things like that, but to me personally, I feel as if this is my own mindset by the way, I feel I've got to earn as much money as I can doing the thing that I love so I can help other people. So we can set up charities, or we can actually give money to charities. So when we're talking about being rewarded magnificently, I believe that whatever we do, we should be rewarded magnificently financially too. Because that means we can give more back. So the energy comes in and we're giving the energy back, rather than just being kind of selfish and kind of putting it in banks and things like that. Although it's nice to have security, I think we should be able to allow things to go forward to the next level, which goes on to pay it forward soon. But then we've got the attitude of gratitude. Now, the attitude of gratitude is having that gratefulness for where you are. Feeling really pleased of the things that you have in your life. I mean, on my audio program, Being Your Potential, after each disc or after each chapter in the book, I always say, write down 10 things that you're truly have gratitude for every time when you wake up in the morning. And it gets people in the process, but every time they wake up in the morning, they write down 10 things. It can be the same thing, 10 things, or it can be 10 different things. And it makes people think and have the feelings of gratitude. Now, if you set up your day actually having gratitude for what you have, you're then sending the signal to like the reticular activating system to get even more of that. But when we wake up and we don't feel good, and we focus on what we don't want, that's when we're sending the wrong signal. So by having that attitude of gratitude, we're then beginning to change the way that we think. We're changing our internal feelings. We're actually, at even a neurological level, we're actually setting up new neuroconnections, forming together to send off the exact same kind of chemicals that we want. It's like the more we think a certain way, the more it becomes natural, it becomes a habit. And that means we're going to where we want to be. Like I said, we can do it in a negative way, and that becomes a habit. That when we have that attitude of gratitude, we're actually looking out for more things to be having gratitude for, more things to have for being grateful. And when that happens, that becomes a spiral, getting more and more into your life. Then we have pay it forward. It really just means whatever you're getting in your life, what is good, kind of pass that on to other people. Having that gratitude for other people and actually giving it to other people. Because whether it be your time, whether it be your energy, you're actually passing forward the things that you're getting out of your life. You're kind of passing on that happiness. And I like to think the more good that you do in the world, the more good that comes to you. They don't kind of believe that? The more good you do, the better, the more things come towards you. And that's exactly what I mean by paying it forward. It just means that we can actually give. Because when you think about it, if this person here was really touched upon what that person did, they're going to think, well, I want to do something else for other people. And so on. I mean, I've seen people before as clients, and say they hadn't had the money because of their desperate situation. I said, okay, that's fine. But what I'd like you to do is to do a few things for someone in the family or someone of your friends. And I want you to do something real nice for them and actually do it through that means. And then they kind of think, well, why is this person doing this to me? And then they kind of pass it on to the next person. And it becomes infectious, like smiling, isn't it? Smiles can be infectious because if I smile at someone, they smile. And then when they smile at someone else, they smile. And whenever you smile at someone else, everyone else is going to smile. There we go. So it actually becomes infectious. I'm smiling now. So it's really about that energy that you're passing on to others. That you're really going to kind of, whatever you get, what is good, kind of transform that into other people's lives. Because when that happens, then we can begin to change the world. I think we can kind of pass that momentum on, that higher frequency of thought, to be able to make greater changes in the world. And then we have contribution, which was pretty much the exact same thing. Having contribution to things. That if we are having that magnificent life and having a rich life, that we actually pay things forward and give contribution. And if you look at Richard Branson, he's done so much for people. I mean, even one of his jobs that he's done, like setting up like a student magazine, he did that because he actually wanted to help students. And all his charities for these guys, his Unite charity. And you'll notice that a lot of these millionaires are fantastic at giving money away for charity. Bill Gates gives away, what, billions and millions? He just gives away so much money to charity because he's getting so much in that he's giving it back out. The people like you see on like Dragon's Den, like Duncan Bannatyne, and the other guys, I can't remember the names. But with the books that I've read of theirs, they always say that they're doing things like UNICEF. So no matter how much of a rich life they're having, they're still passing that on. They're doing what they can. And I think that is so important when we get to a level where we're happy, and we kind of had that selfishness in a way to actually get to make us feel okay, then we have the opportunity to give to others. And then we can kind of pass that on. The good thing is when that gets passed on,